Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. Today is Wednesday, March 8th, 2023, and I am here to go over the seven game slate in the NBA tonight. If you're new to the channel, if you would hit the like button and then hit subscribe. After you've done those two things, you can hit the alarm bell. That will let you know when our newest podcast has gone live. And if you're new to DFS Coach Talk, we have a March Madness special right now. And what you want to do, the first 10 people that we have that reach out to Coach at DFS Coach Talk on Twitter, that's handle at DFS Coach Talk, are going to get the March Madness special. Now, what that does is that gives you the rest of the month at DFS Coach Talk for only $19. So you just, DM him on Twitter, say, hey, Coach, I want the March Madness special. We will get that to you, and we will get you in our Discord. So we look forward to having you join us. Definitely want to make sure you take advantage of that special if you're not already a member with us. All right, so like I said, we have a 7-game slate today. The first game we're going to look at is at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's the Atlanta Hawks at the Washington Wizards. Atlanta is favored by 3. This game has a 236.5 over under. There's no injury news right now for either team except for Monty Morris. He's questionable. So we have the starting lineups we've got for the Hawks: Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Clint Capella. For the Wizards, Monty Morris if he starts. Otherwise, it'll probably be DeLon Wright again. Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, and Daniel Gafford. In this game, my top play on the Hawks is actually Clint Capella. He's 6,300 on DraftKings, 7,200 on FanDuel, $24 on Yahoo. He did have 47.8 DraftKings points against the Wizards last Tuesday, and he's only at 5.6% on DraftKings, 5% on FanDuel, and 9.4% on Yahoo. On the Washington side, I do like Kristaps Porzingis. He's 8,900 on DraftKings, 9,800 on FanDuel, $40 on Yahoo. He had 62.5 DraftKings points against the Hawks. That was actually last year, was the last time he faced them. Atlanta has allowed the third most fantasy points to power forwards this year. He's, fairly low owned. 22% on DraftKings, 14.9% on FanDuel, and 20.8 on Yahoo. Then we have Bradley Beal. He's 8,100 on DraftKings, 8,600 on FanDuel, $31 on Yahoo. He had 52.8 DraftKings points against the Hawks last Tuesday. He's averaged 45.6 DraftKings points in his last 5 games. He's at 16.8 on DraftKings, 16.3% on FanDuel, and 29% on Yahoo. And then last for the Wizards, Daniel Gafford, 5,000 on DraftKings, 6,200 on FanDuel, $16 on Yahoo. He had 39.5 DraftKings points against the Hawks last Tuesday. He's at 4.4% on DraftKings, 3% on FanDuel, and 12.8% on Yahoo. Let me go ahead and take a look at the chat. Welcome everybody in. Let's see. Absolute Power and Doug, what is up? All right, so the next game is going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We've got the Portland Trailblazers at the Boston Celtics. Boston is favored by 10, has a 231 over under. The Blazers come in. They've got Nurkic, looks like he's questionable. There's a chance he could play. And then the other guys that have been out lately, Arcidiacono, Baji, Anthony Simons, and Justice Winslow, they're all still out. The Celtics have Peyton Pritchard listed as questionable. And then Gallinari, of course, is still out. And then Robert Williams is out. So we've got for the Blazers, Dame, Cam Reddish, Matisse Thybulle, Jeremy Grant, and Drew Eubanks. For Boston, Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Al Horford. This game, there's only a couple plays that I like. I've got Damian Lillard as one of them. He's 11-5 on DraftKings, 11-2 on FanDuel, $50 on Yahoo. He's averaged 63.2 DraftKings points in his last 10 games. He had 74.8 against Detroit on Monday. He's absolutely been on fire. He's only 2.7% on DraftKings, 4.5% on FanDuel, and 2.4% on Yahoo. And we have Cam Reddish, who's been playing really well since he went to the Blazers, especially with Anthony Simons out. He's 4,700 on DraftKings, 5,600 on FanDuel, $16 on Yahoo. He's averaged 32.3 DraftKings points in his last 4 games. He's coming in at 18% on DraftKings, 11.6 on FanDuel, and 12% on Yahoo. Then you've got Jason Tatum for the Celtics. You can look at him as well. He's 10-3 on DraftKings. That's probably my favorite spot for him on the DraftKings site. 11-1 on FanDuel and $47 on Yahoo. In general, I just prefer Lillard over Tatum. I just think he's, has a higher ceiling with between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Their numbers usually get split up quite a bit, but Dame just gets all that usage. So I prefer Dame over Tatum tonight. All right, then we have the Dallas Mavericks at the New Orleans Pelicans. Dallas is favored by 2, has a 234.5 over under. For the Mavericks, looks like Maxi Kleber and JaVale McGee are both out, and Reggie Bullock is unlikely to play. And then for the Pelicans, Jose Alvarado, EJ Liddell, Larry Nance Jr., and Zion Williamson are out. So we've got for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Josh Green, Christian Wood is projected to start. So that's going to be pretty important. If he does start, I think he's going to be a really good play. We're going to get into that here in a minute. And then Dwight Powell at center. Then we have for the Pelicans, CJ McCollum, Josh Richardson, Brandon Ingram, Herbert Jones, and Jonas Valanciunas. So for the top plays, for the Mavericks, first of all, I like Kyrie Irving. He's 9,400 on DraftKings, 9,600 on FanDuel, $43 on Yahoo. He's averaged 49.4 DraftKings points in his last 5 games. He's 4% owned on DraftKings, 7.1% on FanDuel, 0.2 on Yahoo. Then we have, like I mentioned, Christian Wood. He's projected to start. He's very chalky. He's 4,900 on DraftKings. That's a big reason why. Still only 5,900 on FanDuel, so not too bad over there, and $20 on Yahoo. If he is in the starting lineup, he is going to be a pretty nice play for his price. He's 35.9% on DraftKings, 32.1% on FanDuel, and 11.4% on Yahoo. So we'll keep an eye on the news, make sure that he is going to be starting. But if he does, he should be a pretty nice value play. Not afraid to go there with it, being chalky. Then we have on the Pelicans, you've got Jonas Valanciunas. He's 6,900 on DraftKings, 6,400 on FanDuel, and $20 on Yahoo. He's averaged 37.6 DraftKings points in his last 5 games against the Mavericks. He's only 3.2% on DraftKings. He's 24.1% on FanDuel and 31.4% on Yahoo. So definitely getting more ownership on FanDuel and Yahoo than he is at the very low 3% on DraftKings. And then the next game, it's Cleveland at Miami. Cleveland's favored by 2. It has a 215.5 over-under. It's by far the lowest over-under. I will be fading this game 100%, so we can go ahead and skip it. All right, so we'll go ahead and go on to the 9 p.m. Eastern slate. We've got the Chicago Bulls at the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets are favored by 9. It has a 225.5 over-under. For the Bulls, Javonte Green is out. For the Nuggets, looks like Michael Porter Jr. is questionable, although I think he is expected. It looks like he is going to play. He did take part in the shoot-around. So other than that, Kankar, Gillespie, Najee are expected to be out. All right, so for the Bulls, you've got Patrick Beverley, Alex Caruso, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic. For the Nuggets, Jamal Murray, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. In this game, the only play I'm looking at is Jokic. He's 11-6 on DraftKings, 11-9 on FanDuel, $57 on Yahoo. He's averaged 60.8 DraftKings points his last 5 games against Chicago. He's 15.3% on DraftKings, 10.7% on FanDuel, only 3.4% on Yahoo. So he will be one of my top pay-up options. There's him and, Dame, probably my top 2. Just going to split them up, throughout the lineups, basically. And then we have what looks like it's going to be a chalky matchup. We've got the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix is favored by 13 in this game, has a 233.5 over under, but you've got both SGA and Jalen Williams out for Oklahoma City, so that's opened up quite a bit of value. And then for the Suns, Landry Shamet is out. So the projected starting lineups we've got for the Thunder: Josh Giddey, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort, and Jalen Williams, Jay Lynn Williams. And then for the Suns, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Josh Okogie, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. There's a lot in this game that I like. It is very chalky, though, especially on the OKC side with SGA and Jalen Williams out. There's quite a bit of value. But we'll start at the top with Josh Giddey. He's 7,600 on DraftKings, 8,400 on FanDuel, $31 on Yahoo. He's averaged 49.9 DraftKings points in his last 2 games without SGA this month, and he's 41.5% on DraftKings, 27.1% on FanDuel, 34.4% on Yahoo. Then we have all the value. So we've got Isaiah Joe at 4,400 on both DraftKings and FanDuel, $12 on Yahoo. He's at 35.9% on DraftKings, 59.5% on FanDuel, the highest owned projected player on FanDuel, and then 29% on Yahoo. Aaron Wiggins is 3,500 only on DraftKings and min price at $10 on Yahoo. He's 5,300 on FanDuel, so his ownership is way lower over there. He's 31.3% on DraftKings, 2.5 on FanDuel, and 24.4 on Yahoo. And then we have Ousmane Dieng. He's 3,200 on DraftKings, 3,900 on FanDuel, and $10 on Yahoo. He's 25.2% on DraftKings, 34.4% on FanDuel, and only 4.4% on Yahoo, which doesn't make a lot of sense because he's still min price. So I don't get that. I will, have him on Yahoo as well as DraftKings and FanDuel. I don't really understand the ownership there. All right, so then on the Suns, it's the 2 guys that have been doing all the damage lately. It's Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. Durant's 9,800 on DraftKings, 10-1 on FanDuel, and $45 on Yahoo. He had 52.8 DraftKings points against the Mavericks on Sunday. But the big thing is he did play 40 minutes. So as long as his minutes are going to be up, which it looks like they are, then I don't mind going to him at all. The Thunder have allowed the 8th most fantasy points to power forwards this year. He's 6.7% on DraftKings, 10.8% on FanDuel, and 4.2% on Yahoo. And then we have Devin Booker, who's averaged 59.3 DraftKings points since Kevin Durant joined the team, and he's been in the lineup. He's 9,500 on DraftKings, 10-3 on FanDuel, and $37 on Yahoo. The Thunder have allowed the 10th most fantasy points to shooting guards this year. He's 5.5% owned on DraftKings, 1.6 on FanDuel, and 18.4% on Yahoo. So I think Devin Booker is going to be a nice tournament play. If that game stays close, I think he can get close to 55 to 60 fantasy points once again. All right, last game of the night, we've got the Toronto Raptors at the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers are favored by 2.5. It has a 229.5 over under. Will Barton is questionable for the Raptors, and Norman Powell is out for the Clippers. So we've got Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, Jakob Poeltl for the Raptors. And then for the Clippers, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, and Ivica Zubac. My top plays in this game, I like Siakam for the Raptors. He's 8,500 on DraftKings, 8,800 on FanDuel, $38 on Yahoo. He had 57.8 DraftKings points against the Clippers on December 27th. The Clippers have allowed the 6th most fantasy points to power forwards this year. He's 17.2% on DraftKings, 22.3% on FanDuel, and only 6.2% on Yahoo. Also like Jakob Poeltl a little bit. He's cheaper on DraftKings and Yahoo than he is on FanDuel. He's $6,600 on DraftKings, $8,000 on FanDuel, and $26 on Yahoo. He's averaged 36.2 DraftKings points his last 5 games. The Clippers have allowed the 10th most fantasy points to centers this year. He's only 11.1% on DraftKings, 4.7% on FanDuel, and 18% on Yahoo. And then for the Clippers, the only player I'm really looking at is Kawhi Leonard against his former team. 9,000 on DraftKings, 10,000 on FanDuel, and $41 on Yahoo. He's at 8.9% on DraftKings, 4.9% on FanDuel, and 6.8% on Yahoo. So pretty low owned across the board. And as far as PrizePicks goes, I'm still looking as to where I want to go with that. Let me go ahead and take a look at the board while you guys can ask me some questions. I'll take a look at the questions too. Best 5 FanDuel plays in value. I don't know if there's 5 of them, but I would say the Thunder. Another kind of sneaky value play I kind of like is Cameron Payne. If we do get a blowout in Phoenix, I think that he could be a nice value play too. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now on PrizePicks, I will take Damian Lillard over 50 fantasy score. I definitely think he can get more than that. We've got Durant and Booker. Yeah, I'll take Booker more than 42.5, and I'll take Josh Giddey more than 38.5 fantasy score. So we've got Giddey more than 38.5, Devin Booker more than 42.5, and Dame Lillard more than 50 fantasy score for PrizePicks. All right. Well, I think that is going to do it for the Wednesday slate. Like I said before, if you haven't joined DFS Coach Talk, you can, for the first 10 people that DM'd Coach on Twitter at DFS Coach Talk, you're going to receive the rest of this month for only $19. So be sure to take advantage of that special, the March Madness special. And I believe it is going to be Deb on the podcast tomorrow. She's going to be out of town on Friday, so her and I switched dates. So she will be on the podcast tomorrow looking to crush it once again. And we hope you guys join us tomorrow as we do look to crush it in NBA, DFS, and PrizePicks. Thank you.